And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for your favorite game.
Who's that douche canoe?
Who's that douche canoe? What you gonna do when I take a poo? It lands in your shoe. Woo, that's how I do. I'm rolling with it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, with the changes. Oh yeah. Alright, it's Pat Buchanan. Yeah. It's that guy with the eyeballs from Star Trek, Deep Space 12 or whatever, you know? Gordy LaFleur. It's Jordy from the next gen of TNG, man. Yeah. No, it's not Jordy LaFleur. It's Billy Crystal, yeah. I don't know who that is, man. Come on. Yes. Get them stupid, dumb dummies into dumb stupidness, you know what I'm saying? That's right. That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta teach those people, those slaves, those servants, that they have to bend over backwards to fill all your frivolous FOIA requests, man. That's their job. You do what I say, cause I said it, cause I got the camera. You understand? That's what life's all about. Remember, guys, what the First Amendment says. If you're holding a camera, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, with no consequences. Yay! Ow! Ouch!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's Friday! Oh, man, I'm so glad it's Friday. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Let's see, what do we got here? Highway Star was first. What's up? All right. You get the first evidence of the day. Let's hit it. All right. Yes, thank you. I said thank you. All right. Terry Bonds, happy Friday. God bless you, sir. Absolutely, positively. Let's see, Highway Star, my tiny Chihuahua life. Yeah. Happy Friday to you. That's right. Robert Custos, yay. Oh, wait a minute. Love it. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Cliff Hickson, what's up? Thank God it's Friday. I know it. I said I know it. Thank you very much. Peanut Gallery's off their game today, man. I'm telling you. Let's see. Tiny Cliff. Highway Star. Highway Star, Robert Custos. The Lessonators here. All right. We got Stefan St. German in the house. Yeah. All right, we got Victoria B. What's up? Let's see. Highway Star, Stefan. Kingston 2006. Good morning, all. That's everybody. That's all he is. Paul Cohen said, yo, my peeps, should. Let's see. Oh, Blackheart Night is here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to all, and happy Friday to News Now Voodoo. May your day be filled with tasings.
Oh, no way, man. Look, I still have internal bleeding from all the tasings I had yesterday, man. Forget it. I ain't doing that again. Right, Ez? Oh, dang nabbit. Let's see. No, come on.
When I tell you about the peanut galleries off their game today, man. I noticed that, though. Even when I was in Florida, I had like the exact same machine. It's still there. But I noticed that like with these cheaper ones, after a while the buttons start getting like you got to press harder on them before they will react, and I'm starting to notice that cuz now I'm hitting the buttons and it's not going when I want it to. I'm missing my cue. You heard me.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right, at least that one worked. Paul Cohen, Highway Star, Tiny, Greg, Blackheart Knight, Tiny Chihuahua, Highway Star. Oh, David E. Persons. A pen doctor showed up to fix my broken fountain pen all the way from Madrid. I didn't expect you, I said. She replied, nobody expects a Spanish ink physician. Nobody expects a Spanish ink physician. That's good. That's good. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Let's see. Terry. Unclean hands. There he is. The toot. Let's see. Terry Barnes, Highway Star. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Thank you. In fact, that's, yep. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show that in a minute. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Jaime's here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need to fear. Hezokuai and Jaime Pimento Bay is here. Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Pimento Bay appearing on behalf of YouTube. Free news now, voodoo. Oh, no way, man.
Oh, no, you're on my side, too. See, I got you. I got Parson. See, if you guys keep up at this rate, I'll be off of house arrest by the year 2097. It'll be great. Right, Hez? Dang it!
And he ain't never getting out of house arrest. All right. So anyway, it looks like we got everything we need here. Let's see. We're ready to get everything set up and start the show. We are going to have a premiere, an exclusive new Unclean Hands video that's yet unpublished. That's going to be awesome. But first, let's see if he fixed his audio. I guess not.
Well, I guess not.
I guess we're in the Matrix. Lexi,
I don't know what's going on.
Lasana Rogers. Is here. Oh boy. So anyway, Mr. Thomas is here. As long as he stays on mute, we'll be fine. Anyway. So Fridays are fun days, man. I love Friday, but wow. We get some weirdness going on here. So anyway, is he doing it on purpose? No, I don't think so. Anyway. Oh boy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. We're getting ready for the weekend. We're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. I got here, let me make myself full screen real quick. I'll show you. This is my son's Svengoolie sweater. And the Sven actually glows in the dark, which is cool because he didn't know that. And then the other day, last weekend he was wearing it. And I'm like, oh, that sweater's so cool. Like at night, I turn the lights off. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it glows in the dark. He's like, what? But since it's on his back, he had to look in the mirror and see. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool sweater. He left it here because it has to be washed cold only, like separate. So he wanted me to wash it. So I just did. And it's all clean and hung up and all good. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thomas with his audio has been removed and replaced with David E. Persons and his. What's up, man?
Hey. Oh, hold on. Sorry. There you go.
We got David E. Persons is here. We got Jaime Palmetto Bay with a 12-month membership milestone. Free News Now Voodoo. Reed has a bedtime story, and then Zap has.
Yeah. I like that, Jaime. That's a... David, what are you doing here? You got more pens for us? Ugh. Anyway, listen.
I got some.
Ah, crap. Alright, well, I hope you got the poop cleaned out of the ones I pooped in. Yeah. Anyway, hey, Jaime, alright, I'm gonna tell Hez a bedtime story. Hey, Hez, check it out. Once upon a time, there was a butterbrain douche canoe named Hezokuai, and he sucked, and his show sucked, and he sucks. Isn't that funny? Best story ever told. Ow! Dangnabbit, I'm supposed to zap you! Ow! What do you think, Mr. Persons? Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, crap!
Yeah. Ding dong dang dag nabbit. Hey. A ding dong dang a dag nabbit. Hey. So what's up? How you doing today?
Hey, I'll be back in a second. I lost my sound. I don't know. I'll be right back.
All right. Today's Audio Issues Friday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Large and in charge of sounding terrible. But it's okay. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have a new, brand spanking new, unpublished, unclean hands video. Let's start the show there. Let's get this on screen and get this parted. Woo-hoo. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you an exclusive.
I have sound now. Good.
Oh, you got a Sunda who? What?
I got sound.
All right, I can hear it.
Yes, there we go.
All right, welcome to the show.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I was just
I was going to interview not that thing that you do normally, but is baby there?
Oh, baby voodoo. Hold on. Let's see.
I gotta wait.
Because I want to find out what's true about voodoo getting locked in a box.
Oh, no. He doesn't lock me in a box. He glues it shut, yeah.
Oh, okay. I say we take a vote and we put Voodoo Gutterman, your evil father, in a box. And then we glue it shut.
Oh, I would love that. That would be so much better than the box that I'm in is a shoebox with some holes in it so I can fart in it. And then, Minnie he made me this bag, because he loves me. It's full of hearts and toys for me to play with. And, he lets me sleep in there, but my daddy doesn't like it, no. Cause he likes my box because he can fart in the air holes. Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Minnie has.
Yeah, he's a good boy. And he gave me this hat. You like my hat? I look like the leader of the
Very
boys.
pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I think he is that man. He is so mean.
Hey, can I kick him in the head?
I think he needs that head.
Yeah, I want to kick him in the head. Daddy! What? What's this? Ow, dang it! Ow, stop it, little brat! I'm gonna punk you. You're grounded. Alright, anyway, what?
What? That's okay, Voodoo. That's okay, Voodoo. If you're grounded, then we're gonna bury you.
Yeah. That'll teach him. Hey, anyway, love you guys. Bye.
All right, baby voodoo woke up to choose violence. That's right, because his dad is so mean to him. But... Oh yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. I mean, that's not an ape. That's a Sasquatch or a Sam Squanch. Anyway, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was just introducing a brand new, hot off the presses, unpublished, exclusive, brand new Unclean Hands video. Are you ready for that, Mr. Persons?
I am ready.
All right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Unclean Hands.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just found out I've got some new grist for the mill for today. Wichita Falls has now officially got its own First Amendment auditor, and you'll be seeing him here first, I'm sure. Goes by Wichita Audits at Wichita Falls Audits, and yeah, the guy's a real tool. Apparently he's only 16 years old, but he gets arrested the first time out. And he's so proud of that. He's a hero in his own mind, a legend. A legend is what he thinks he is. Anyway, I can't wait to find out who this guy is so I can check him out. I'll go help him do his audits. Anyway, let's get right into it. And camera action, take one.
All right, everyone. Today we are going to be doing a postal office, and that smells like weed. That car.
And I can confirm that this is the public library. It happens to be in a federal building, which is not good. Anyway, let's continue.
They have, oh wow, they have everything here. We always look at the rules. What that means is that we can record as long as we're not disturbing business.
So share the extra stuff in the video.
There's a lot of writing on this. They offer passports, and yeah, everything has graffiti on everything in here. Priority? No, I'm just recording what y'all offer here.
Do you have any questions I can answer for you?
Do you know what you do for the public?
What I do for the public?
Yeah.
We sell stamps and deliver postal mail.
Do you also do?
You can knock on door 115 and he can help you further.
Really? Oh, you know where that is?
I've got customers in front of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know where door 115 is?
No, our walk-in door is already done. So,
Do you know where door 115 is? Okay. I mean, I like to get my answers questioned. Or my answers questioned, my questions answered. Oh, 115 is... Do I just knock on the door?
Well, you could, but there's nobody in there because she accidentally gave you the wrong door number.
His lights off, he's not there.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was one of those. 111? All right. No, I feel like they're just making a goof of me.
Hey.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hey, do you know what services this building offers to the public?
The regular clerk services and then passports.
Passports and
We also do
court
passports.
services. What else is like upstairs?
Department of Labor and what is it? U.S. probation.
Oh, nice. Is it open to the public?
No.
No, you have to make appointments.
Well, there's not usually, and some of those they're not always there. Like there's a federal courthouse too, but they're not there.
So I can't go up there.
Right. Correct.
Okay,
Right.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Oh, you too. I mean, they could have answered that question.
Yeah, but they didn't. They just answered your question. So, yeah, go break the law.
how can I help you?
Hi, I'm just here to record you guys during your duties.
You cannot do that, not when we're doing passports, because when we're doing passports, we're dealing with sensitive information.
Oh, I can.
No, you cannot.
I can. The way that it works is, can I explain to you why I can?
No, sir.
Without you calling the cops?
Nope, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. She's gonna go call the marshals because it is a federal building and the marshals are housed in the building. So let's see what happens.
So the way that it works is that we have a First Amendment right to record you guys during y'all's duties, and even if that concludes, okay.
Who you talking to, dude? She's not even there.
Building. I don't need to get out. How am I ordering? I'm doing constitutionally protected business, ma'am. I've been respectful this whole time. I haven't been interrupting y'all's duties, y'all's business. I've been very respectful, ma'am. And you haven't tried to talk to me. You turned this from a 1 to a 10 by calling the cops.
As you guys know, this is a public building. And I can't be told that I'm loitering just because I'm recording. While we wait for the cops, I assume, because she's, I'm assuming, calling the cops.
Imagine that, a pretend activist that likes to hear himself talk. Oh yeah, let's look over what they offer at the post office. We've never seen that on a video before. Jesus Christ. This kid's 16 years old and he's already set to ruin his life for absolutely no reason.
I'm here just recording a public building, and I'm recording basically their duties, seeing how they treat public, the public, trying to see how they just treat them, and if they're being respectful.
Okay, did they give you permission to do that?
I don't need permission. It's a public building. The way that it works is that we have a First Amendment right to record in public buildings, and that, how they're public workers?
Okay.
You know how they're public, hang on. You know how they're public workers, and how I can find y'all's salary, y'all's name, y'all's number, anything if I just request it. It's the same thing with me recording y'all, and this is a public building. I don't need permission. It's a one-party system where only one person needs to agree in a public space to record someone.
Well, we're gonna have to ask you to leave because there's also the passport office. This is a federal building.
I don't need to leave.
And it's a federal courthouse.
It's a public building.
So
The
I'm
federal
gonna
courthouse
ask
is
you
up there.
you're gonna have to leave the building.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Am I being trespassed?
The police will be called
But I hope you know-
because this is disrupting our services.
I've been quiet this whole time. I hope you know. I haven't overquit. I've been quiet this whole
Okay,
time.
but I'm not giving you permission to do that.
I don't need permission. It's a public building.
Okay, then I'm going to contact the police,
Ma'am, I hope
and
you know
then
the
they
court-
can discuss this with you
Ma'am,
further.
Can I talk to
Okay?
you? That the court rules count up there, not down here. This is a
This
post
is
office.
a federal building.
A federal building
So
is public.
unfortunately,
A
that
federal-
is a different situation. So have the U.S. Marshals here. So I will go ahead and I will contact the law enforcement agencies, as well as myself, to inform
Well,
that
you're already
we
here.
need you to leave.
You're already here. You don't need to be contacted.
I am a law enforcement officer,
Okay, but that doesn't mean
and I'm
anything.
asking you to leave.
But this is a public building, ma'am.
Okay, that is fine. I'm going to contact law
ma'am, do
enforcement
you know what law I'm
because you
breaking?
are not
What law?
following the instructions
What
that I'm giving
instructions?
you.
There's no law that I'm not. What law am I breaking, ma'am? Since you're a police officer, what law am I breaking?
She told you they're scanning passports, they're taking information for passports, and you're standing there with your camera zooming in and out, and that is against the law. Anyway, I don't know. Let's wait till the cops get here.
Got any ID on you?
No.
No? What's your name?
I don't need an ID.
You do.
Why?
Because they called me here to investigate that you're filming people and their sensitive information.
Can we lower it, please?
Lower what?
I'm saying I just want to talk calmly. Okay, so can
Am I talking not calmly?
I'm just saying it's the only way that you need an ID is if you have a reasonable, articulable suspicion.
I
of
believe
making
that you're
a
taking
crime.
people's information because they're over here trying to get
You can
passports.
believe that, but you don't have proof of that.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
You don't need my ID.
I do need your ID.
No, you don't.
I need your ID, your date of birth, and your name.
What makes you need that?
Because you're over here collecting people's information on video
How am I
of people getting
Who
passports
says
and
that?
whatnot.
Who's saying that?
It looks like the local police decided to take this one on. They didn't bring the marshals down. They figured the kid's not worth it. But now he's refusing the ID, which was what he's going to get arrested for. So, yeah, what a great way to start off your young life. 16 years old out doing this nonsense. It's ridiculous. It is so stupid.
The people that work at the post office.
How can they prove that? How do you know I'm doing that? I haven't been doing that the whole time.
I need you to give me your ID,
First of all, I don't have one.
or I need you to give me your name and date of birth.
I'll give you my first name, Ian. Ian.
No, you're going to give me your name and your last name and date of birth, or you're going to go to jail for failure to identify because I'm investigating a felony that has occurred.
How am I doing? What felon am I doing, sir?
You are collecting people's information up at the countertop that are getting passports.
It's no different than me just looking and having a piece of paper, sir.
That is different
How?
because that's people's sensitive
I can collect
information.
information on a piece of paper.
It doesn't matter. It's all on video right there
How do you know?
because they say that you're over here
They say
recording.
that. I can
and
say that. I can say that your body cam was doing the same thing.
It is doing the same thing.
So you're taking people's information? That's illegal.
Am I taking people's information over there next to the
Am I
countertop?
detained?
Yes, you are.
For what?
for the investigation of you collecting people's information on
I
that.
don't need to be I don't need to cooperate in your investigation.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You're going to go to jail for failure to identify if you don't identify yourself right
I don't
now.
need to identify, sir.
Excuse me?
I don't need to identify, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So you detain me for
They ended up confiscating his camera or his phone, whatever he was using to record, and his watch, which he was also recording on. And it took him over a month to get it back. I don't know what happened with the end of this case, but it's all audio from here on out. So let's listen for a minute.
recording in a public space. Not you, sir. You just but he detained me for recording in a public space.
I don't know. I just got here
But why were you called?
to investigate why you're here, I
I'm
guess.
in a public space, in a post office, correct?
Okay.
So why am I detained?
For acting suspicious.
Suspicious as a crime? Suspicious
we
as a
got-
crime?
Listen.
Oh, when is suspicion been a crime?
No one said suspicion is
You
a
just
crime.
said. I asked what I did. You said suspicion. And why is suspicion? Suspicion.
Let-
is right.
Repeat back to me what I said.
I said what did I do? Suspicion.
Nick,
What did you say?
you said because you were acting suspicious.
So exactly, suspicious gives you the right to put me in handcuffs? No.
It gives us the right to investigate.
Investigators mean you can put me in handcuffs, and you know what happens? I don't need to cooperate in your investigation. You don't. So why am I in handcuffs?
To make sure you stay here.
But I don't need to cooperate. You want? So why am I in handcuffs? I need to cooperate, correct? So why if I walk away? I'm going to get thrown around because I'm not cooperating. So what is it?
No?
See, exactly. You see the contradiction, correct?
No.
You do. So okay, I can't. So I don't need to cooperate in the investigation. But you're putting me in but you're putting me in handcuffs in order to cooperate.
Whatever behavior you were conducting before I got in.
Ask him what I did then. Be professional. Ask him what I did.
How about you let him decide what's going to happen, and I stand here and watch you.
Correct.
How about that?
How about that? All I want to know, sir, is what I did.
I'm not going to talk to you now, Dave. For you.
And it goes completely mute for about a minute and a half, so I'm going to cut all that out.
Is this no different than being on a sidewalk?
Well, on the sidewalk, people aren't getting passports and identifying
It doesn't matter. It's
information.
a public space. That's all that matters. There's no ifs, buts about it. Is this a public space? What's their rights for it? It doesn't matter because the thing
Is it your right to stand there when somebody's trying to get a passport and giving all their sensitive information to get identification? They said you were standing up here at the countertop.
Wow.
And
I have it
walk
on
in-
video. I have it on
And when I
video.
walk in, she's here doing this.
That's perfect.
Put my camera down. That's my property.
Well,
No, this is going to be evidence now. And you're going to jail for failure to identify, and I'm going to write up another report for fraudulent use or possession of identifying information.
Which we will search the phone for.
You can't search
to
it.
find.
Yeah,
with
we
the search
can.
warrant to find.
Good luck getting
to
one.
find the evidence.
Oh my God.
To
So you're going to search one?
yeah.
So you're going to take
You're
off?
out there trying to grab people's.
No, I have the right to stop the recording.
If you grab
I didn't
my
grab
hand
you.
again, we're going to have a problem.
You know I didn't grab you on purpose, sir. You know I didn't grab you on purpose. Don't play that card. You know I was trying to stop the recording for you.
Yeah, the cop went to reach for him, and he grabbed his hand. That's what the cop was warning him about. The kid is an idiot, obviously. He must be still in high school, for Christ's sake. He's only 16 years old.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you need to take me out of handcuffs. No, I think there's a button on the back right here. There's a button press it. You need to press it.
I don't know how it works.
Sorry, I just didn't know. There's no need to snatch that, sir.
You'll get phone calls at the jail. Find someone.
So when I walked in, I see him standing at one of the counters recording everything.
He can't do
And-
that.
I agree with you. So I wasn't even messed up about that to begin with. And then when I asked him what his name and date of birth is, and I try to get his identification, he doesn't have to because he's not being investigated for any crime.
No, you're a police officer. You automatically give that verbally information. So what's happening?
He's going to go to jail for failure to identify, and then I'm going to write a separate report up, turn in his watch and his phone, which he was recording on, and that will be a fraudulent use or possession of identifying information.
If that.
That must have been his mom there waiting to pick him up from his First Amendment audit, I guess. I don't know who that was, but sounded like his mom. Where were you taking him? What are you arresting him for? It's ridiculous. Way to go on raising your kids there, Mom. If you're okay with this, hey, who am I to stop you? Anyway, I hope I can run into this guy somewhere trying to do an audit so I can audit him and find out exactly what his intentions are. He says the whole town's corrupt, but he never tells us what corruption he's talking about. But at the ripe old age of 16, he's going to root it all out for us. Yay, I can't wait. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You guys have been great. Hope you enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Bye.
All right. Round of applause for Unclean Hands.
It is high time someone finally did that. And used conspiracy to commit identity theft.
Yes.
To bust these guys, because they should do that every single time.
Yes.
If there is any kind of protected information, there's a camera authorized by the person, arrest them. That's conspiracy to commit identity theft. Period.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I've been waiting to see that for a year.
Well, it's crazy because these you see how it's spreading, right? Like this kid, obviously he's new. He saw these videos on YouTube and cool, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, no, they don't. I've always been fascinated, and I talk about this a lot, with the idea of like the people who watch these videos for pleasure, who think that this is like actually some kind of important movement or whatever. And it's like, it really boggles my mind that these people don't see this for what it is. Or maybe they do, and they just figure, hey, here's an easy way to make a couple bucks on YouTube,
Well, I think that's what a lot of it is. Now, this kid is a kid. He probably just says, hey, that could be cool. I could be cool at school.
Right.
And, but the Sean Reyes of the world are destroying democracy. I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
Everything they do prevents a freedom. I mean, there's more laws, more rules that stop everybody from doing stuff.
Right.
And why they picked recording in public to be the hill they die on, I don't get it.
Well, that's one of the other things too. I brought this up years ago. Like, why? What made them? What made them decide that, like, recording in public is this big thing? Like, all of a sudden, like, nobody in the history of ever has had the idea, like, man, I want to stand around the DMV all day with my camera just recording everything. That's what I want.
Well, that's a freedom.
Right. But whoever even thought to do that? Like, it never came up, and now all of a sudden, that's a big thing that we must fight for.
Well, I think it's a lot of these things. Somebody stumbles across it, says, hey, this works. And then off it goes.
Right.
But it really is silly to make a constitutional claim about recording in a post office. I've never. Did I tell you about my project? I'm translating Poster 7 into Latin.
Oh,
Just for fun.
You should translate it into a language that frauditors will understand. Translate it into dumb.
Yeah,
you record is no. Do not do.
Do not record here.
Yeah.
The end. But I think that was a good demonstration of that one. How they read Poster 7. They get to a certain part that says they can do what they do, and then they stop.
Yep.
And they leave out that part about unless you have permission, unless they say it's okay, unless this, unless that, unless this, and they just miss that part.
Right. Everyone in the chat is saying that they cannot hear you at all. You sound fine to me.
I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, wait. Let me look at the YouTube feed. I'm not even on YouTube right now. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back to when you were talking. It's recording everything. That's what I want. but all of a sudden, let me get to. I'm trying to find
Somebody stumbles across it. Says, "Hey, this works."
Oh wow, yeah. On YouTube, you sound way worse
That's
than you do
weird.
here on in StreamYard.
It sounds fine in StreamYard.
Right.
Huh. Let me log out and I'll log back in. Maybe it's just a buffer thing.
Something in my settings. Let's see. Let's try that. Okay. Can you guys still hear me fine? And I changed something, so maybe when he comes back, it'll be better. I don't know. Well, thank you for letting me know, because I would have just, yes. Oh, yes. It only happens when you have a guest. Well, right now I don't. So, yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, these guys, with all this nonsense and the way it's spreading, and that's what I was saying. I was making the point that never have I ever met anyone in my life who was like, man, I really want to just stand around the DMV all day with my camera, or man, I really just want to hang out at the post office all day with my camera. Too bad they won't let me. Like, it's never come up. I've heard people say, I don't want to go there because it's boring. I don't want to go there, but I have to. I've heard that a lot. But I've never heard anybody say, I want to go there just so I can hang out there all day and film everything. I sound better now? Wow. Dad joke, eBay is so useless. I tried to look for a lighter, and all they had were 13,749 matches. All right, say something and let the people tell us.
Say something and let the people tell us.
Yes. Oh, come on, Hez. You can't tell me you don't enjoy the thrill of hanging out at the DMV.
And it's the challenge of going to the DMV and sitting there.
Right. Hey, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I think I fixed it while you were gone. Yay. They told me that they think I should change my settings because the same thing happened when Mr. Thomas was up here too.
Okay.
So,
good.
Yay, it's working. Hallelujah. Everybody's loving it. Yay.
Well, that's weird, though. We'll have to figure that out later.
Well, all I did literally was I went into StreamYard and I turned the echo cancellation on. Because everyone kept talking about it.
Okay. Well, that's what I did on mine too, but I guess maybe it makes a difference on your end. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm the host, so.
Yeah, well, that makes sense too.
Right.
Anyway, sorry about that.
That's quite all right. So what I was saying was that it seemed like I really don't get how fighting so vehemently, because they're getting arrested over it, to be able to film in a post office or a DMV or a court, like, is insane to me, because until these guys started doing it, I've never knew anyone that ever even thought about wanting to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, before that, the only people who had any trouble in post offices were people who were trying to steal identities or trying to steal the mail. I mean, that's it. And but I think that's part of it. It's one of two things: either some of these guys want to steal identities and they're trying to, or I think the big thing is they just want clout so they can stick it to the government somehow. And this is a way to do that, where they can be seen to be, one of the leaders of that quote unquote community, end quote. Because I don't get it otherwise. I really don't.
Yeah, that's it. And again, it's like so many of the things that they say, like, this is one of my big ones. This comes up a lot. Like, well, I have a camera. Well, there's all these security cameras here. What's the difference? Well, the difference is those aren't going to get posted on YouTube. And then their excuse to that would be, oh, but anyone could FOIA it and it's public information. So then they could take it and post it once they have it. So why is it different? It's like, well, one, because that's not happening. All of your videos get published, and none of theirs do, unless somebody, like you said, goes out of their way to FOIA it. Number one. Number two, that would actually be better. I wouldn't be complaining if you were doing that. Why? Because your supposed stated goal is to see how these public employees are treating the public.
Transparency.
Right. Well, FOIA the random days of the footage from the cameras, the security cameras, and then you'll see how they treat the public.
And also, there's a little known codicil about FOIA in a lot of states, and this is more at the state level, but a lot of state FOIA and FOIL laws prevent any of that footage being used for profit.
Right.
And so that's one reason they don't FOIA it very often, because it's a crime in a lot of states. I think I'm gonna have to look at the federal. I can't remember about the feds, but I'm pretty sure it's a crime to use that footage on your YouTube channel if you're monetized, because that would be for profit.
Right. And Sethel, this is exactly what I'm saying. Getting the security camera footage would be best because they're so used to it, they don't change how they act around those cameras. Exactly. If they actually are up to something nefarious, they're going to stop when they see some idiot walking in with the camera. They're not even thinking about the fact that they're on security camera. That's my point. If you
that's very true. That's very true. I teach at a disciplinary school, and we have cameras everywhere except the classrooms. We got them in the hallways and the cafeteria, just in case something happens. And I completely forget they're even there. Yep. The other day we were just for fun watching people in the hallway when they weren't paying attention, doing stupid stuff and being silly. And boy, I totally forget they're there unless I think about it. And same thing, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they don't even, why would you think about something like that? You're not doing anything wrong.
Right. Exactly. And that's exactly my point. It's like if these guys really, truly wanted to do what they're supposedly doing, they wouldn't do it the way they do it. Because what they're doing doesn't show the way these employees treat the general public. What they're doing is showing the way these employees treat a trespassing idiot that's filming against the regulations.
It goes back to the Punk. You remember the old show Punked with Ashton Kutcher? That's what it's basically a YouTube version of Punked. That's all it is. They get reactions from very inappropriate, very insightful behavior, and then they say, "See, this is how they behave all the time."
Yep.
And government, unfortunately, the government has to hire from the human race, just like everybody else. And people are human, and occasionally humans react. I mean, I love that cop in that video, the Wichita Falls cop. He wasn't playing, and he was to charge that guy. I mean, the cops need to be a lot more aggressive with these guys, and it will probably end if they start charging for conspiracy to commit identity theft, assault, all the things they could be, loitering, trespass after warning. They should give a warning. Say, you need to leave. Nope. Okay, you're under arrest. Remember that one when Lana got busted by in Alabama, where she goes, I was leaving. You mean you're going to arrest me if I don't leave? Yes. Well, what happens if I don't leave? You're under arrest. That's it. You just do. I mean, and I think this would end quick if they started charging what they could charge.
Right.
Except in California, but.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's crazy because, now my echo's back. What the hell? Hello? Damn it! Do you have YouTube on in the background still?
Nope.
Damn it! All right. Anyway, so, but no, yeah, that's a good point, and it gets so confusing too because, well, it's not confusing. See, that's the thing. It's like when you look at what we're talking about and what we're doing, it's so blatantly obvious that it's basically just a cash grab. Like I always say, because like they'll make the excuse, but you think that I want to get arrested? That's a way to just get clout and make money? It's like, well, yeah, because you don't pay fines. You e-beg your fans to donate the money and they pay your fines. you don't lose any money. You just make money. And then, you get people like, well, the worst examples, of course, are Casey Camera Boy and Silence Boy. But then Selmo, always, oh, yeah? Well, I got 500 million views. Huh? This is my job. This is what it's like. They brag about the fact that they're doing it for money. They don't even try to hide it.
It's a Selmo math, too. I mean, come on, a Selmo math is you take one view, you multiply it by 100,000, you divide by 3, and then you multiply that by 10. That's how you count your views.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man.
Well, though, I wish these guys do not take the long view. It is going to cost them a lot of money. You know what's going to cost them money? In 10 years, when they go to get a job and have a career and do something real with their lives, they're going to have this extensive criminal record of intentional bad behavior.
Yeah.
Who's going to hire them? Nobody.
No. No, it's
it's very short-sighted.
Yeah, it's short-sighted, and there's no future in it. It's not anything. Ugh. Other than a bunch of idiots being stupid to get paid. But there are people who are even dumber than these guys, and that's sovereign citizens.
Dum 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 dum.
Oh no! All right, how do you sound?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you too. We can all
Am
hear
I
you.
echoing?
Well, we got it.
Am I echoing still?
No, you're crackling like an old vinyl LP.
It's been really rough these past couple of, especially last night.
I'm sorry.
You
Did
can't hear
News
me?
Know Voodoo poop on your records?
Say it again.
Did News Know Voodoo poop on your records too?
No, I went on a blind date last night. My friend set me up on a blind date.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it didn't go too well. Her CNI dog bit me.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, old vinyl LPs sound nice. No, I love them. I love them. In fact, yesterday, because I showed you guys yesterday, I'll show you again. I got a new turntable over the weekend. Here. There it is. And so I spent most of the day yesterday just listening to all my old records. Yeah, I love them. But I did notice that I have to rebuy Who's Next, because I listened to that thing so many times that it's got a lot of on it. And every song on that record's a banger, so I definitely got to re-get that one. But
hey, Mr. Thomas, on your blind date, I was just curious. Did it work out where she got all your windows fixed with new blinds, or
Wait a minute. Say it again, David.
I was just wondering if on your blind date, did she get all your windows fixed and get new blinds for all your windows?
She probably did. I'm not sure.
she kicked him out of the house, his house.
Yeah.
She came over and said, "All right, you can leave now." So he don't know what she did.
Yeah, did you hear about the guy who dated the duck? Right? It was a blind date, so it was a duck blind. It's a hunting joke. Never mind.
Quack quack.
So what's the topic of the day? What's been going on?
Well, I was just about to move into. I got some court footage of a sovereign citizen in court in Michigan, and Deborah Davis is in this one, and Judge Middleton, and it's a good one. I watched it yesterday.
Oh, I like Judge Middleton.
But
I like Judge Middleton. He's good.
Oh, he's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
David, you could tell he's the old school judge because he just straight to the point with it.
Yeah, the Bora grows. Oh man, I love it. The Mimsy Borogroves with their nonsensical gibberish that they call sovereign citizen mentality. Anyway, I don't know if this is old. I do know that I never saw it before, and until yesterday. So I wanted to share it because I thought it was great the way this thing ends. This is from Logan on Law, which is a great channel. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should definitely subscribe. In fact, let me get the link here. Right, chill. Peace. Boom. All right. So let's go ahead and get this on screen and share this video. All right, it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Friday. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Wait till you guys see this.
It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And you guys ever see that 70s disco movie, Thank God It's Friday?
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Yep.
No, that was before my time.
I think it was, which song was it? Was like that movie, like it was a big hit disco song, but that movie is like where it came from. There's like the one.
I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was Donna Summer, right? Or
yeah, it's Donna Summer. It was give me a second, I'll think of it.
Yeah, it's all right. We could Google it. But anyway, yeah, that was a it wasn't like the best movie ever made, but like it's like a cult classic. It's like if you were really into disco at that time, it embodied that whole movement, you know. Without the drama of Saturday Night Fever, you know. All right, here we go. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes.
No. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, hey, it was Last Dance. That's the name of it.
Last Dance. Let's dance.
Last Dance. I couldn't think of the name.
For love. Yep. All right, that was the song. Yay! All right.
American national. You don't just come in and say, I'm my own country, I'm going to do what I want. So you're going to jail.
This sovereign citizen just learned the hard way why you don't disrespect the judge in his courtroom. This dude has missed court 3 times before this one, clogging up his case like it's no big deal. The judge even tried to be nice a few months ago, but now he is so done being patient. The judge is not playing around anymore, and he hits this guy with the harsh reality he deserves. I mean, the judge completely shuts him down and delivers a verdict so satisfying in the end here. Without further ado, let's dive in and watch this clown get destroyed and humbled by this no-nonsense Michigan judge.
He has 3 separate driving suspended charges that were scheduled for jury trial. File 21213ST alleges driving suspended second offense on January 31st, 2021 here in St. Joseph County. File 202073 alleges driving suspended on September 17th here in St. Joseph County. I think there may be a speeding charge with that. File 202653 also charges driving suspended second offense and forgery and speeding. All of those matters were scheduled for jury trial today, November 10th. Mr. Morrow Bay wishes to represent himself on these matters. He has a perspective on the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code that disagrees with the state's version of it, but he didn't want an attorney and didn't wish to have representation. He wanted to represent himself in all of these matters. So we treated him like an attorney. We set the matter for a final pretrial to prepare for jury trial. And he didn't show up. So there are presently 3 arrest warrants for Mr. Morrow Bay's arrest for failing to appear for duly scheduled last pretrials about 3 weeks ago. We don't show up on the morning of trial with a basket full of papers and inconvenience 30 to 50 jurors who have to come in and hear your case and several witnesses without preparing for it. So we scheduled a pretrial conference and you didn't show up. So I've called off the jurors for today, and the prosecutor has called off all the witnesses. And there are currently 3 separate warrants for your arrest for failing to appear. But you're here now.
I think I was unaware.
We sent that to the address that you gave us. And if you're representing yourself, you need to act like you're representing yourself. We sent you duly notice to your Sage Street address in Kalamazoo. The same notice you got for this.
I don't live there anymore, and I can't represent myself. I am myself.
All right, well, I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know that you moved. So, Mr. McNair, you're driving me crazy. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. You're walking all over the place and flashing the screen and giving me vertigo, and you're sideways and upside down. So I'll be with you in a bit. Don't go away. Yes, that's your position. Then you're not doing a very good job of it, because you didn't tell me where you lived. You didn't show up for a pretrial while we prepared for this. And now you come rolling in with a hat on the morning that your 30 or 40 jurors are supposed to be here. That's not a very good way to do business.
It's my religious headdress. I'm a Moorish American national.
Yes, I recall.
The judge is 100% right here. And honestly, this is something I've never understood watching these sovereign citizens. Like, why do they always roll into court wearing a hoodie, a hat, and basically looking like they just woke up from a nap? It's like, come on, dude. You're literally in court right now fighting all of these charges. I mean, obviously the judge has jurisdiction here, so why not show a little respect here? If this clown thinks the judge doesn't have jurisdiction, then I just don't understand why they don't bother just staying home. And obviously that plan didn't work out for him, since before he's missed 3 other court hearings, so it's a little understandable why the judge is so mad at this dude right now. I mean, if you want to stand a chance of the judge listening to your nonsense, at least make it look like you care about the situation. But no, they're just like, yeah, I'm here to argue with the judge while looking like I'm about to hit them all. Honestly, it's literally like these people are trying to sabotage their own case. Like,
so he made a good point there. I wanted to point that out because, like, I've heard people make the argument before, like, why do I have to dress up for this? Like, what are they trying to tell me what to wear? Like, I'm free or whatever. And it's like, the point is, like, this is a trial. Like, you could get in trouble, you know, you could go to jail. There's all these major, like, at least look like you care. Like, you just won't let them just go, like, you don't even give a crap.
Exactly. I mean, you know, because if I was the judge, I would ask him, do you know where you was coming to today? Do you know you was coming to court?
Right.
You know, what's the guy named Logan? He's right. I'm like, at least show like you care or something.
And it's crazy too because, like, oh, it's my religious headdress. It's like, dude, it's not a yarmulke. It's not some kind of, you know, I mean, he's just wearing a hat. Like, it's I don't know. It just seems to me like too many people in too many situations, especially with these guys, like the whole Moorish national thing, like they take it beyond normal. Like there's no brain power involved. It's just like,
and a lot of them take the Moorish, you know, the Moorish Science Temple, which is what all that is based on.
That's what
I'm not sure how much relationship the Moorish Science Temple has to do with the Moors now. I mean, it's just kind of it's developed over time where it's gotten worse and worse and weirder. So it'd be interesting to actually talk to somebody who's a member of a Moorish Science Temple and see what they think of the Moors.
From what I understand, they do not claim that group as part of their own. You know,
that's what I would think too.
Yeah, because but I mean, they do have their own thing going on. Because I was first introduced to them actually way before any of this. I'm talking about like when I was a little kid, because the Moorish temple is in Chicago, and I'm from Chicago, and my mom was working as a nurse, and she caught one of her, like she was like the head nurse, and she caught one of the nurses under her stealing like pain pills or whatever, like pocketing medicine. So she had to fire her, and then she took my mom to court to sue her. She said she fired me because of my religion. I'm a Moor. I'm a member of the Moorish National Temple, and that's why she. It's like, no, I fired you because you were stealing drugs.
Please tell me that suit got thrown out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my mom didn't get in any trouble. She proved that that's why she fired her, and that she was stealing the drugs. So she probably, who knows, maybe got prosecuted for that. At first, they were just trying to be cool and be like, okay, we're just going to fire you, you know? So who knows but my mom's involvement of it was trying to sue her. And of course,
well, Hez, you might remember this lady. Do you remember, what was her name? Sharon Gale Elbay. She was on YouTube for a while and then got arrested. You remember her?
Yeah.
She was one of the big leaders. I wonder whatever happened to her, because her rants were just completely off the chart bizarre. They were, it was just like she was from another planet. I don't know what she was doing.
Wasn't she the same one
video where they were saying we need to meet downtown so we can establish new citizenships, and we're going to. It was just like, what planet are you from? And a lot of these people are just out there. They don't like this. They don't like the system they're in. They don't feel like they have any empowerment in it. So they just create their own system to rebel against it. And that's a big part of what's going on.
Wasn't she the one that took up in somebody's house? I mean, basically, it wasn't hers, but the police and everybody had to come and knock down the door just to get her out of there?
I think that was her. Yeah, I think so. There's a video where she gets arrested in the house and she's in the middle of teaching, quote unquote, teaching about the Moorish something or another.
Yeah. Yeah. The craziest thing I ever saw was I saw a video of these Moors, like it was a video they made to like teach other Moors, you know, and they had proof, absolute proof, that Morocco is actually officially in the United States, and that the country in North Africa, like, they came over here and colonized here, and it's officially their land. And then they made a deal with the government with the Treaty of Peace of Friendship, blah, blah, blah. And they had an old map. Like, it was legitimately, it was a real map. It was an old map. And it showed how Morocco was actually in the United States. And it was a hilarious video because these guys were dead serious. And, like, if you looked at the map, it was a map that included the Morocco exhibit of like the 1919 World's Fair or something like that.
Wow.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Okay, well, and if Morocco is in the United States, King Hassan is going to be a little shocked because he's going to wonder where his kingdom went.
Right.
But I have a quick question though. Do you think, because of where we at right now in this country and what in all, do you think it's really wise for the softies and the Moors to really come out and say, I'm not a United States citizen?
Well, but that's the thing. Technically, legally, they are. No matter what because the papers they fill out are fake papers that they got conned into buying, and then they sign it, and they, like, I could walk into a government building and take a piece of paper and write, I am not citizen, signed me, and give it to them. That doesn't mean I'm not a citizen anymore.
Yeah, there's a formal process for renouncing citizenship. You can be done, but you have to do it in a foreign embassy, in a foreign country, in a country that's already agreed to accept your citizenship.
Right.
It's the only way it happens.
Yeah.
You cannot say, oh, I don't like following the rules, so I'm not a citizen anymore, so I can drive on the roads and not have to have a license or anything else. And and we don't have to follow the laws because they don't apply to me because I said so. So there.
I mean, I was watching the KFAR video yesterday, and he was, he was dealing with a Moor that was in court, and he was asking the judge all the questions, and the judge wasn't answering his questions. The judge said, "I said you could ask me questions, but I never did say I was going to answer." But the whole thing was, they got him on HD video unaliving somebody over a dog, and then he gets up there and says, "It's no victim, no crime." But even though he's on tape doing this crime, he's still arguing no victim, no crime.
Well, that's the thing that always drives me nuts. Is like, especially with the sovereign citizens, is when they actually legitimately have a victim, and they still say that.
Well, and on top of that, 90%, 99% of the laws on the books are designed to prevent victims. Not, I mean, they're designed to prevent people getting hurt. You don't have to wait till you hurt somebody for it to be enforceable.
Right.
That's why they always say the state is the injured party. I mean, it's the potential for whatever. When you're speeding going 110 down the freeway, dodging cars and hitting people, that's, sorry, even if nobody gets hurt, they could have. And your conduct creates that. So it's a crime. End of story. And I don't get it either.
It's like their mentality, the frauditors and the sovereign citizens, it's like their mentality basically is like, if I'm a cop and I see somebody pull out a knife and lunge at somebody to stab them, and I'm standing right there, I can't intervene until after he already stabbed the guy. Like, I can't stop him from stabbing him. I have to wait until he stabs him. Then I'm allowed to intervene. That's insane.
Well, that's exactly what it is, but they're insane. A lot of these people are nuts. And look at John Felix is a true believer. Listen to some of his rantings. I mean, for someone as intelligent as he is, it's amazing to me that he actually believes that stuff, but he does. It's just, I mean, I don't get these people. How can they possibly think that that is rational?
He's stuck on this two things with me specifically. Whenever you bring up my name to John Felix, he says two things. One, he says that I'm pro-slavery because one time he asked me, like, well, if you were alive during the Civil War and you lived in the South, what side would you have been on? And I tried to, like, actually in good faith answer the question, like, realistically, not like if I had a time machine and I went back knowing everything I know now, because that's not what he asked. He didn't say if you had a time machine and you could go back there knowing everything. Well, what I said basically was, with my family history, if I was in the South back then, I probably would have been a poor farmer. I wouldn't know anything about the abolitionist movement or any of that stuff unless somebody stuck me a copy of Uncle Tom's Cabin under the table. Like, I wouldn't even know or care about what was going on with that stuff. I'd be too busy trying to
raise crops and feed your family. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that was the majority of people on both sides of the Civil War were farmers who got drafted to go fight somebody else's war. I mean, it's still an important. I mean, slavery was vital to end, but slavery is not conforming to the laws of a democracy. That's not slavery.
Right.
So he took your answer way onto the left field. It had nothing to do with what you answered.
Right. So now to this day, if anyone mentions my name, he'll be like, "Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's the dude who's pro-slavery." What? What?
Well, you do taste voodoo. I mean, come on.
Well, that's different, though. That's not slavery. That's justice.
Yeah, that's
This is why I say John Felix, doesn't have it all. When he was actually on stream with Frauditor, they literally said, it's okay to drink and drive, or long as that you don't get caught.
Right.
Oh, I was on that debate.
What?
I remember that. That's right. I almost fell out of my chair when he said that.
So it's okay to drink and drive, long as you don't get caught. But if the police see you swerving and
Well, you have to remember, when you get pulled over for drunk driving, it's not because you're dangerous. It's because the cops are trying to extort money from you because cops are mean.
Because you didn't buy them a drink. I mean, come on.
And then you ask him about the 10th Amendment, he just completely ignores the question.
Yeah,
or just
and
don't
their
answer?
answers, Hez is right. Their answer to a lot of stuff is, yeah, well, cops are bad. What do you think about parallel parking? Cops are bad. What do you think about using your blinker? Cops are evil. They don't use their blinker. They use their flashing lights when they're not supposed to. They're terrible people. Yeah.
And the same thing when it comes to the Moors and the softness, when you mention the 10th Amendment to them, they just ignore what you just said, just continues with the how Jim Ross say gobbledygook.
Well, they ignore the 10th and the 9th and the 14th and most of them. The only one they care about is first and second, and they misread that.
Well, you got to remember, the First Amendment says quite clearly, and I've quoted it 1,000 times on the show. I've read it out loud because the Unclean Hands gave me a copy, a pocket constitution, and I've read it on the air. And this First Amendment says, if you own a camera, you can do whatever you want with no consequences, period.
Yeah, it's right in that part between freedom of religion and freedom of the press.
Right.
I remember reading that. Yeah.
Well, one soft he was, talking to the police officer, and I guess the police officer was getting the best of him, so he said he plead the third. And the police say, "You mean the fifth?" I'm like, "How you plead the third?" Okay, all right.
He wants to have soldiers in his house, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, and that using that as a test of the knowledge of the Constitution. Who was it that used to do that all the time? Anselmo, I think it was.
He still does.
The Third Amendment.
You know the Third Amendment? Like, he picked that one because nobody knows it because it's not relevant anymore. And yet, you know what? I said this a long time ago, but since you brought it up, to me, that actually kind of backfires. And they don't even realize that what they're doing is proving themselves wrong. Because what do they always say? Well, we're out here exercising our rights because if you don't exercise your rights, you lose them. If that was true, the Third Amendment would have been repealed decades ago because nobody uses it. You don't use it, you lose it. Nobody's ever lost that, right? If World War III broke out tomorrow and the troops were marching from here to there and they stopped here and they wanted to come in my house, and they can't. Because I still have the right not to let them in.
Well, actually, that's not what it says. It says that
they can't quarter.
During peacetime, they can't. During war, Congress would have to pass a law authorizing it.
Right.
But you're right. I mean, in all intents and purposes, it wouldn't happen.
Honestly, until Ask Elmo started talking about the Third Amendment, I didn't even know what the Third Amendment was. I'll be honest with you, I did not know.
Yeah, see, but that's the whole reason why he picked it. Because it's not something that anyone even uses anymore, and it's, people don't even think about it.
Well, I knew what it was, but then I teach government, so.
Well, yeah, I understand that. You learn the Constitution in school, but I don't, the third. Well, they taught us the amendments like the first, second, the fifth, the fourth, and the 10th, and maybe the 14th. But anything else, we had, learn on our own. But the Third Amendment, I didn't too much know until recently.
At least I'm being honest about it. If you really want to stump one of these guys, ask him to quote the 28th Amendment.
What? There are that many? Are you sure?
Since the one question I really want to ask Chili, since he's a constitutional law scholar, I want to know, can you tell us how would they ratify the Constitution? How's the Constitution ratified?
A bunch of corrupt tyrants do what they want, whether you like it or not. So there.
And then they put me in torture cuffs.
Anyway, the video I was showing of this court case only has like 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
And we got about 8. Well, no, this is great. This is why you're up here, so we can have a conversation. But we could finish that up and still have a few minutes before the cupcake dance. So let's go ahead, because the ending of this is great. I love what ends up happening to this offset. You guys got to watch this. This is awesome.
Like, if I were the judge, I'd be like, nah, dude, you are not getting away with looking like that.
All right.
Prison jurisdiction to begin with.
Ms. Davis is here.
I'm still waiting for
on behalf of the prosecutor's office. Ms. Davis, you have any thought on this?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got to comment on this. Brian, I hope you're listening. Listen. Here's the problem. The First Amendment was taught in my high school, and cops still don't know it. Here's the problem when you watch Frauditor videos, okay? The police that they talk to that don't know the First Amendment, why would they know? Why would anyone, if they're not a frauditor, know that the First Amendment says if you're holding a camera, no rules apply to you? How would anyone know that the First Amendment says that? Whether they're a cop or not. I didn't know that until I started watching Frauditor videos. I thought the First Amendment was about freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion, I didn't know it had anything to do with things that weren't invented yet when it was written. And especially being able to go in and record people's personal private information and exploit their images for profit on YouTube. None of those things were in the First Amendment, I thought.
Oh, hey, Hes, can I say something to Brian real quick? And this is important. All rights have limitations. Because unfettered, and I'm a big First Amendment guy. That's one of the reasons I don't like First Amendment frauders, because how badly they abuse it. But when your rights start trampling on other people's rights is when your rights end. And cops are very aware of the First Amendment. But you can't, First Amendment freedoms do not allow you to sit there and scream and yell at cops to the point where you interfere with their job. It does not allow you to threaten people. It does not allow fighting words. It does not allow, there's a lot of stuff it doesn't allow. All rights have limitations. That's why the Supreme Court is there. The Constitution basically says what 9 old guys and women in Washington says it says. You get right down to it. That's what Marbury versus Madison established that principle, and it's been that way ever since.
But let me say this real quick, because the First Amendment also says the freedom of expression. So, the thing I make, it may sound a little odd here, but when they was trying to ban out, it was in the news, they was trying to ban like the drag shows and ban all the books, where was the First Amendment auditors then? It's freedom of expression. When they was trying to ban books, where was the First Amendment auditors, to talk about that? But no, they want to go after the police. But when you have politicians trying to ban things knowing it's part of the First Amendment, then when you take it to court, they lose. So why aren't the First Amendment auditors covering that?
Well, anytime anyone is actually violating anyone's rights, they're not going to cover that.
One of the things that's important, the First Amendment delineates between freedom of speech and freedom of the press for a reason.
Yep.
And there is a substantial difference. If you're a member of if you claim to be press, and there's now case law with this, with Pierce County versus Pierce County versus Green. You have to have reproducible work product. You have to have a tertiary contract. You have to be able to prove somehow or another that you're press and not just some idiot with a camera.
For the sovereignty.
There's a difference between the two. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the video. Let's keep going. I want to see what happens to this guy.
Oh, no. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, this is what we're here for. But anyway, all right, here, let's go back to the video. All right.
Well, do you have some you wish to present?
So I mailed in an affidavit to you more than once, and this is also my legal notice for my lawful name change, because I put it on the record that I'm a Moorish American national and I'm not American or a U.S. citizen. Excuse me. I'm a man of the land. I'm native to the land. So so a lot of these rules that the state of Michigan is creating is not applicable to me, unfortunately.
If you guys enjoy content like this, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Let's get back to the video.
And I was trying to be respectful to the court and let the court know since the beginning in a respectful manner. And I have lots of documentation to prove it.
All right. I want you to take Mr. Perdue into custody. We're going to execute the 3 bench warrants that are currently out for his arrest for contempt. We'll take him to jail and we'll make an arrangement later to discuss.
Are you arresting me right now? Wow.
I have time to do it now. Thank you. Mr. Perdue, you're going to jail, the St. Joe County Jail here in St. Joe County, and I'm going to hold on to you in lieu of 3 $1,000 bonds. till we can review your contempt and the other things we need to deal with. But if you're going to represent yourself, you need to do it right. You need to show up when you're supposed to show up. You need to follow the rules of evidence and procedure. You don't just come in and say, I'm my own country, I'm going to do what I want. So you're going to jail.
I was unaware.
The bond is $1,000 per file, and I will talk with you later. So right now you're going to the St. Joe County Jail.
That was it.
I love it.
He picks up the phone. Yeah, hello? Yeah, take him into custody now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the cup. Kate, happy. All right. Okay. Ole. All right, last comments on that video.
Well, that's how that should be handled. I mean, those guys are just they waste the court's time. They waste everybody else's time. Judge Middleton made a very good point about wasting the jurors' time, too. These people are taking off the day of their work, and they're coming in and driving in from Lord knows where to sit there and pass judgment on somebody who shouldn't even be there. They should have just gone to jail directly. They should have not passed go. They should have not collected $200. These guys, and that's a big element of that. They waste money, they waste time, they waste resources, and then they accuse everybody else of enforcing the law. They're idiots.
And all I have to say is that's what happens when you F around and find out.
Yep. Yeah. And that's just it. It's like you go through all this stuff, like the judge was telling him earlier. It's like, I'm going to represent myself. I'm going to represent myself. I'm going to represent myself. And then, okay, you never showed up to any of your other hearings. Oh, well, I didn't know about them. Well, why not? Well, because you didn't do this, you didn't do that. It's like you're representing yourself. It's your job to find this stuff out. That's what you're doing when you're representing yourself, is you're doing the legwork.
Well, can I ask you a quick question real quick? When they sovereign citizens say, well, I'm the representative of such and such, and then when the judge say, well, my court sent you papers, my clerk sent you the papers, all that you need. I'm like, well, I had it right on my mind. I'm trying to figure out where this going. I had it right on my mind.
Tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
well, there was one guy who actually tried to have a piece of paper serve his jail time.
Well, yeah, I see that. No, but what I'm saying is, if they're the representative, and then how come when they start saying, well, I didn't receive this, I didn't receive that, I'm like, okay, then, well, if you're the representative, you shouldn't have received it. The person who's been charged with it should have received it, right?
Oh, that's a good point. That's interesting.
Oh, well, that's...
I was like, well...
When they differentiate between the person and, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, you're the representative. I'm like, you shouldn't have received it. So this is why the other person has the warrant for their arrest.
Well, that's why one of the big things that people always say is like, then how do these people get arrested? Because like if I'm not Alan Newcastle, if that's not me, that's just my straw man, fake government, all caps, whatever. Then if the judge says I'm going to arrest that name, go ahead. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not that. But no, they would come and they would take me. So, like, you know what? Like, that's.
Well, I don't remember watching that one video where the guy actually went to the jail and tried to get them to take a piece of paper, said, here, this is going to serve my time. He actually tried this. And because he said, well, that's not me. That's my straw man here. You take the person you've convicted, which is this piece of paper, and make it serve that time in jail. And you can imagine the judge's reaction to that.
I seen that, and I laughed so hard when he got arrested. When she took him into custody at the end.
That's all good. Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to work.
Okay, have fun. Great day.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have
a good day at work, Hez.
Yes. Any last goodbyes, Mr. Thomas?
Yeah. Make sure, it's Friday. Get y'all a 2-piece and a biscuit.
That's right. Thank you so much, David. Any last words?
Yeah, if you go on a blind date, don't go on a curtain date, too.
All right. Thank you guys so much. You guys, I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. And like I always say at the end, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm all shook up.